From now on, my full-time job is finding a guy who's going to take care of me.
You guys are responsible for me and everything else that comes with me.
Hello and welcome back to the MST channel where we talk about all things hypergamy. We're back with Into Deep, Carrying a Married Man's Baby, Chapter 15, Maria. Gerard texted me and told me that he needed to see me ASAP. I don't know what was so urgent. We had just spent about 4 days together, so I don't think it's because he misses me. Then again, he's an old freak, so who knows? I had just hired a property manager earlier this morning to handle my house and apartment while I was away. I have had enough of Alabama. Gerard thinks I'll be moving into the house, but truth be told, I'm moving out of Alabama for good. Although I loved the house, it was just a way for me to make money, not to live in. My doorbell rang, and when I looked at the monitor, it was Gerard. I wonder what he could want in the middle of the day, on a Monday at that, I asked myself. I opened the door and greeted him. Hey, honey. Hey, Maria, he said with a very stern look on his face. I could tell this wasn't gonna be one of our typical meetings. I hope I didn't slip up anywhere, I thought to myself. My mind was racing because the look on his face was alarming. What's going on, love? I asked, curiously. Maria, where were you working at the time we met? Gerard asked. I told you I was a waitress, I answered. Where were you waitressing, Maria? He asked, looking angry as hell. I waitressed at Ruth's Chris, I answered. Okay, what location? Why all the questions, Gerard? I asked, annoyed. Maria, I asked you a question. What location did you work at? The one near East Point, Gerard. What is this? I asked. So if I called Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in East Point and asked for a Maria Hallgrove, they should know who I'm speaking about then, correct? Yes, but why do you care, Gerard? You never cared about where I worked before, I asked, puzzled. The look on Gerard's face was deadly. He looked like a flaming hot Cheeto. Listen to me, Maria. I do not appreciate being lied to. When I met you, initially you told me that you were a waitress. I was, Gerard. Maria. Maria, do not fucking lie to me anymore. Better yet, who is Treasure? Gerard asked. That shocked the fuck out of me. How did he know about Treasure? I don't know what you're talking about, Gerard. Oh, you don't? You don't know what I'm talking about. Treasure Chest LLC ring a bell, Maria? At this point, I knew I was busted, but I decided to play it cool. My sister registered an LLC in my name by the name of Treasure Chest LLC. I answered. Your sister, huh? Why didn't your sister register her business in her own name? Asked Gerard. Her credit was shit, and she couldn't get approved for any business loans, so she used mine. Gerard, why all the questions? So what does she sell? He asked, ignoring my question. Toy chests for children, baby, I said, trying to calm him down. Does she have a website or a storefront? Yes, she has a website, I responded. When I first opened Treasure Chest LLC, I initially made a website. And when I first opened Treasure Chest LLC, I initially made a website and put a few treasure boxes on it, but I never promoted it. It was just a way to have something to pull up just in case of situations like this. I proceeded to pull up the website for him. Here you go. That's the website, honey. He stared at it a bit and he started to get a little less red, but I knew he wasn't done grilling me. How many of these treasure boxes has she sold? Gerard asked. That's none of your business, Gerard. The fuck is wrong with this man? I thought to myself. It is my business when I have discovered that you own. It is my business when I have just discovered I spent almost $1 million on a fucking liar, he said, shouting loud as fuck. Excuse me? I asked, giving him the side eye. Then I started to get angry. You heard me. John told me everything. He told me you spread your ass for him on camera for thousands per week. And he showed me his PayPal payments to Treasure Chest LLC. Or was he paying your sister? I have no clue what you're talking about. Lie to me one more fucking time. You have one more time to lie to me, Maria. And I swear to God. Or what? Or what, Gerard? He was close as fuck to my face. Tell me, are you gonna fucking hit me? I asked. He backed up fast, trying to calm down. Listen, Maria, I don't want to get vile with you, but I need you to come clean. John already told me you worked for him as Nick's nanny, and that you wore a mask on some cam live site, and he found out the day you quit your job when he saw your beach painting. He explained that he didn't realize that you were the one on the cam lives all this time. But your little painting gave you away. By the way, where the fuck is that painting, huh? Where is it? He asked again, yelling. I zoned out because all I could see was red. That motherfucking John had the nerve. At this point, I started to lash out and I started saying some crazy things, true or false. I even came clean about everything, but make no mistake, I was about to drag John all the way down with me, starting now. You know what, Gerard? You're right. You're so fucking right. Okay? I'm Treasure. I own Treasure Chest LLC. Yes, I cyberfucked John twice a week for $4,000. Yes, I was his son's nanny. And you know what else, Gerard? John told me all about the head attorney at the firm he works for. Yes, he told me all about you on our cam live sessions. Keep in mind, this was way before I met you in person, and he still didn't know who I was. He used to tell me how disgusted he was of you, how you were arrogant and irrational, how you always treated your wife like shit, and how you were a sloppy ass drunk. He told me you were even into fucking the canine breed. Yeah, and you know what? He said your son, Anthony Markand, hates your guts. He spilled all your beans to little Miss Treasure here. All of it. Then I met you in person, and I fell in love with you, Gerard, like an idiot, because I realized, or I thought, You were nothing like he described. I heard of you long before I met you, yet I didn't judge you. I gave you a fair chance. Gerard stood there, shocked as ever. John told you all of this? He asked, surprised. Yes, he did. He hates your ass, I replied. So what if I was a webcam model? I didn't know you, Gerard. And you know what? Here you go. I walked over to my closet and grabbed the painting from behind my clothes. Here's the infamous beach painting. This is who I was, and I have put this life behind me, Gerard. As I said those words, I got a knife and ripped the painting up in his face. Are you happy now? I started crying and dropped the knife and walked to my bedroom and sat on the floor. Gerard came over to me. Maria, baby, I'm not mad at you. I'm really not. I just wish you had told me. I wanted to, Gerard, but I was scared. You wouldn't want to get to know me. I was scared you wouldn't want to get to know the real me, I said in tears. Maria, please don't cry. I love you. I'm sorry. I yelled at you, said Gerard in his apologetic tone. Baby, how does John know that you know me? I asked in a soft voice. My secretary made a horrendous mistake and gave John my files, and he saw the deed to your house with your name on it. That was days before you got back from your sister's. I had the deed delivered to my office before bringing it to you, Gerard explained. Your secretary caused all of this? I asked in amazement. Yes, honey, and John pieced everything together. And he said you only quit being his nanny because of me, said Gerard. John is a real motherfucker, I thought to myself, but I kept listening and stayed silent because I wasn't done with John's ass. Just know, I had something that was about to shake his ass up. To top it off, he said my wife came over to his house questioning his wife Jessica because I spent 4 days over here. I don't think my wife believes that I was out of town on business, said Gerard. When he said that, my eyes grew wide open. I was not about to have a repeat of what happened to Sheila, so I needed to haul ass and fast. But I would not leave town before shattering John completely. Like I always say, Robert Greene said in the 48 Laws of Power, crush your enemy totally. So you're telling me that a relationship may be at stake because John knows you bought me a house and he assumes you're seeing me? I asked Gerard. No, baby. John wouldn't be that stupid because I know that he used to see you privately online. So if he told my wife, I could easily tell Jessica what I know. He wouldn't risk that, said Gerard confidently. Listen, Maria, I'm sorry for the way I acted earlier. Please forgive me. The thought of you being sexy for another man drives me crazy. But I don't want to give up on you. It's okay, baby, I said and gave him a hug. I was smiling, but ain't shit funny. I wanted revenge. Gerard left to go back to his office, and I started cooking up a plot for John. And there you have it. So that's the end of chapter 15. What do you think Maria's revenge on John is gonna be? Do you think she should seek revenge, or should she just leave town quietly before things get out of hand? Let me know down below in the comments. I thank you all for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.